inevitable.
What is up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Invasion Roundtable. This is episode 5 called The Harvest. We got the people them in the panel right now. Chris Knight can't make it, but I'm pretty sure he'll be on the last final episode. But before we get into this, we're going to run around the panel so these guys could talk about their channels. Danny Graham, talk about your channel, sir.
What up? I'm Danny, aka Comic Chat. You can find me on Monday nights. Tomorrow night we'll be on Chris' show, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure. And then you can catch me later on tonight, 10 o'clock. I'll be on Storms Live. And then I start again next week. Start tomorrow, my encouragement series. I think tomorrow's word is dependable. So check me out.
Absolutely. Byron, go ahead, brother. You're muted.
I'm new, guys. It's all right. I didn't know I was new. I'm Brian the Grizzly. I'm 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We here. We just hit 1,000, guys. So thank you guys for getting us there. We really appreciate it. But you know that we do movie reviews, comic books. We talk to all the different channels. We love the entire community, so we do all those things. So look out for a couple more things. And this giveaway is happening, guys. We got the good stuff. You need to look for this video because it's going to be coming out real soon.
Not the pink card, not the good stuff.
We're gonna get into that before we start that. Tank, where can I find you, sir?
With Brian. I'm one part of the Spoiler Kings as well. I mean, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but this giveaway video that we're going to do is going to be a live one, and I think it's going to be a pretty fun one. I mean, we did 4 hours the other night, so...
Wow. Yeah, we used to do that. Not anymore. Yeah. We used to do that a lot.
Hey, we don't like doing it.
You wait next time. You wait this time next year.
Yeah.
Man, them 4 hours got long, boy.
Man. I woke up really, really bad on Friday, so...
We were like, what the heck happened? I don't even know how this happened. Like, we kept on talking. We started talking about stuff, and then it just blew up in chat. And we were like, there we go.
Yep.
And y'all have individual shows or just the Spoiler King y'all do together?
So we have different shows, but we do all the shows together, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I just subscribe to the Spoiler Kings, so
also
that'll help you.
Yeah.
JG.
Yo, salute chat, salute panel. You can find me Wednesday nights on the OOC with the great Onzo, the great Roberto, and the always fantastic, stupendous, always man of the hour, Danny, aka Comic Chat. Please
start sending you some more money, boy.
Please watch his encouragement videos. I watch them daily, and they help me out a lot. So continue to do that.
Go to the movie.
I don't think. There we go. I don't think Danny watched the OOC this week, though. You know what I mean? Did you watch it?
No, I thought that you mean I text you, I said I couldn't find it. But then you sent me?
Because JG did that thing there, and I'm like, yo, why the hell are you bigging this guy for? Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? I'm like, Danny, how much did you pay him?
I'm going to keep saying that, buddy. So sometimes y'all topics be too hot for me, boy. I can't handle it. I be like, whoa. Do I talk to my boys or do I go to unemployment? And I'm like,
no, you keep your job, brother. You keep your job. Warren G, what's up? Where can they find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter. That's where I am. No channels. Yeah, basically it.
Cool. Didn't think you were going to be able to make it, but glad you were here. We were having a discussion backstage. I personally felt like I was the only one that was sitting there telling dudes that they need to chop off their nuts if they go in to see this Barbie movie. You know what I'm saying? I literally said that. You need to chop them things off if you're going to see the Barbie movie. Now I got Danny up in here who's supporting me, and JG supporting me too. So thank you guys.
That's y'all, but you know what? I'm telling you, mine too big. I can't do that.
Y'all remember in Zorro?
Oh, okay.
we had Zorro brother head in that jar.
Yeah.
That's for your testicles right there.
So Warren has been quiet. Warren, did you see the Barbie movie?
No, I was in Pennsylvania this weekend.
Are you going to see the Barbie movie?
No,
Yes.
No, I've never. I'm a boy. Why would I go see one?
Yeah.
Because Margot Robbie's in it in spandex for an hour, for 2.5 hours.
I don't matter.
No, you know what? No. I thought she was overrated too until I saw this movie. I was like, oh,
she working like that?
Okay.
Hold on.
I was wrong.
Listen, if you guys want to see Margot Robbie, go watch The Wolf of Wall Street. That's
I see.
Yes.
I can see it on different movies, man. What you talking about? I can enjoy different sites.
How about I put a question up about this?
I will. Absolutely.
Put a question up about it. I'm looking at the Spoiler Kings site. And we got to go on there.
Oh man, we definitely need to go.
The first thing I see on here is we still support recasting T'Challa.
Recast T'Challa. Recast T'Challa.
You don't
That's
want
why
me
it
to
went
get
out for
started.
4 hours.
Yeah, you
That was
don't
an hour
want
by
me to get
itself.
started.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
You don't want to see the stuff I got around me, man.
The best part was Shield came in the chat, not even talking about that, but somehow, as soon as he came in, that became the topic.
Oh my God.
So
I love that.
That gonna be one of the things you're giving away?
Oh hell no! I have something real cool though, really, really cool that is going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's on that very top shelf you got right there.
No, it's better than that. It's better than this. It's Al Simmons signed Spawn I got over here. I got better stuff than this too. I got some real cool stuff, but I'm telling you, we got some good stuff going out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So I'm putting a poll up there, guys. Yes or no. Ask the community. And you can put your poll in there. It's, are you going to see or did you see the Barbie movie? Yes or no? There we go. Chat, don't let me down because I know how my chat is. Danny, we know how our chat is, man.
They're so fickle.
You know what I mean? That chat is gonna have like 100% yes in there, and it's like, oh shit.
Exactly. It's like you're like, oh no, it's not going to work that way. It's going to be that way.
Well, guys,
is that a Gundam or is that a Voltron? Could that be pretty cool behind me?
Your Voltron?
My Voltron?
It's Voltron.
That is just picking the thing.
I know he's like, I want that. I want that.
I thought that was a Gundam. Well, I'm about to say, yeah.
Oh, that's Voltron, man. They all come apart too, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you have to do to win you guys' giveaway?
Contest.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be a subscriber. So you need to be subscribed to the channel. We're probably gonna do some. We're gonna do it live. So whoever's there live. But we'll probably put up a video where you have to comment on the video, whatever keyword.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do something like that where you have to be a subscriber and just comment a word so you can enter in the raffle, and then we'll do a live show.
And give it away right there. And Tank sends it out the next day.
Like the next day.
Just, all 3 prizes will go out right away, and everyone will have their stuff.
Yeah. And we do kind of fun things too. We did like a marble race one time where like everyone was a different marble and they all it was all digital, like a video game. Mm-hmm. And then there was a marble race. We did a duck race, which was kind of fun. So we're gonna do something probably similar to that.
His duck be named Howard, I guess.
That's right.
Got a whiskey and cigar.
That's right. Howard the Duck was robbed. Hands
I
down.
lied. I just lied. I probably watched Barbary before Howard the Duck.
Hey, you know what?
I stand corrected.
It's hard to watch Howard the Duck now.
Hey, stop. Hey, listen. There will be no Howard the Duck slander on here tonight, all right? What other movie did we get duck titties? All right, let's be real here. Howard the Duck gave us some duck titties.
Wow.
You guys need to stop this.
I don't know if that's you fantasizing about duck breasts. Only duck breasts I want to see is on my plate. Okay.
Oh man, exactly.
No, I ain't no duck either, but I'm just saying. All right, guys. So we are, 100%. You are completely right, Dandelion. It was rough because we had dudes like Danny over here. You know, Danny don't even like Blank Man or Meteor Man.
Nope.
So let's just say
Meteor Man is so big for you not to like that one.
Okay, Brian,
Robert Townsend is a genius, and what he did for blaxploitation and what he did for black comics is like another level. Like without him,
I'll take that. But how you feel about Boondocks?
I love Boondocks.
The comic strip was good. The sometimes the TV show goes a little bit over, but it's not the same as Robert Townsend though. Robert Townsend is just a master.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know Danny was going to try to throw me under the bus because I told him I don't like the Boondocks. You know what I mean?
What?
Oh wow.
I can understand. I can watch it, but I like the comic strip more than I like the actual show.
Yeah, it goes a little bit overboard and too far and makes black people look kind of certain ways sometimes.
Are they lying? Are they lying when they tell us?
You can't say nothing's lying because
they ain't lying about none of that stuff they say.
Black people are the color of the rainbow, so anything you want to say is probably true because you can find anyone like that for anybody. I mean, that's just how it works.
You know, you go home and eat, you're gonna get the itis. You know that. I had the itis today. I went to a Japanese restaurant, and before my wife could finish, I was like, man.
But you didn't eat the Luther, did you?
I need a nap. Oh
you didn't eat the Luther.
So did I, Danny. I went out to eat today, man, and I came home and I passed out. I ain't gonna lie.
There you go.
So we're gonna get into this episode of Secret Invasion. We're gonna get into how we do it, our overall thoughts, the good, the bad, and our predictions and our grades for this episode. So Danny, what is your overall for this episode?
Bro, it's staying constant. There's no filler episodes that I've seen yet so far. I think this is the best show that Disney Plus has produced as far as the MCU is involved. And I am ready to see next week. I don't know how it go in because I didn't think those people would do to Gravik what they did. And I was like, man. And as we see at the end, Fury got his swagger back. So I'm ready to see it, bro. This show is fantastic.
I agree.
I love
Byron.
it.
All right, so this is definitely my favorite of all the shows that they've had. Episode 5 has been the best. The stuff we saw with Gaia. That was amazing, and then like the conversations were so on the side were so good. Like the combination of everything was so good. Gravik was amazing, and you see the elevation, like how it keeps on going from place to place to place. That it keeps on making it higher and higher and make worth more. I hate Rhodey now. Like they're doing such a good job with making these villains, and they're not like those villains that we usually have in the MCU, like where it's like. Sometimes they're good, but I understand. No, it's like you are an asshole. And that's sometimes you want a bad guy just to be bad instead of just like complicated. This is a great show. It's probably my third favorite of all the Marvel ones, but other ones I love are great. So I'm all for it.
What two shows are better than this one?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that, Danny.
Oh, by far, Loki's by far the best. By far, it's like not even on this.
I can see it. I can see it.
Loki better than this?
Yeah. Because once again, this is one of those things you don't have superheroes. You don't have a lot of stuff. So if you have to be in a certain mood for it, I think WandaVision was really good and thought out too.
Okay, you're on coke now, please. Never say that again.
Oh, this is the first time in history that I am agreeing with Warren. Oh my God! Yes.
That wasn't even my number 2, but okay.
Yeah, that was right on time. Let me
That
guess.
was-
Let me guess. Moon Knight, huh?
No, for me, my number 2 is Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
as a black man, it just kind of sits with me a different way. I saw it differently than a lot of other people will see it.
I agree with you on that.
100%.
that's just what
But I
it is.
think Moon Knight was better than WandaVision.
No,
Oh, no way.
Absolutely.
Man, you know how difficult it was for Oscar Isaac to play on different parts, man. And he killed
Yeah,
it.
he did. He did kill it. I agree with you. 100%.
no, but once again, did you read all the Moon Knight comics? I mean, I feel like they had a lot of things that they missed, a lot of things that even went in the story that they missed. So that's why I can't put it up there.
The poll should be up there, Anika Jones, if you see it there. I would say this. I think this one is the best, then Falcon and Winter Soldier. And the rest of them, to me, like What If, I really like that, so I put that as my number 3rd.
Yeah,
But-
What If is good.
I like What
Yeah.
If, though. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Because
Ty.
T'Challa.
No, hey, first off, hold on.
Who that?
I'm sure.
Star-Lord
You guys-
T'Challa?
T'Challa, exactly.
But if you hear the drama that they had, they had them eat into T'Challa's leg and all kinds of stuff, and it was just ridiculous. But I thought it was good. I think the Ultron episodes were the best ones. I really loved when he got the Infinity Stones.
That was
But Ty,
interesting.
your overall thoughts on this episode?
It was great. I like how each episode they're going more extreme with the good guy and the bad guy. Like Nick Fury is becoming the old Nick Fury. He threw the patch on, has a trench coat. Like he's going to do some stuff. And then even with Gravik, like Brian said, like they made Gravik more bad. Because at the beginning you're like, I kind of sympathize with him. I get it. Like you have no home, you're being used. But now it's just like, you don't care. You just want to win and kill just to win and kill. You're not even fighting for your own people anymore. So that's why they're kind of really making the extremes more extreme, like with the good and the bad. So yeah, I'm liking it. This one probably one of my favorite episodes so far. I know, but with the Gaia and what's Priscilla is the wife's name?
Yeah, Priscilla.
The moment they have together, it was so good, man.
So
It was so
good.
good.
Yeah,
Tell you what,
yeah,
I need them backpacks they got. Good Lord, I've loaded.
No, Danny, it's that little thing you had with what Gaia said. Well, she was talking about Nick Fury,
Loving Nick Fury,
loving Nick Fury, and she was like, she looked at her like, bitch, you have no idea, you have no life experience to be able to tell me about our relationship.
Was she like,
And-
if he was green, did she say something like that?
Like and
Yeah.
she was like you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea what sacrifices it is to have a relationship, to be married, to do those things. And you're young and you're showing your age, and even having that comment. And she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you." And she was like, "You meant to offend me." That was so cool. It was so
She checked them.
she checked up real quick. I was like,
right?
"Man."
Yeah, super fast. She didn't even skip a beat. She goes, "No, you're a kid." So
I was like, "Is that a black woman?"
all day long.
And of course, we got Nerd Man in the house. Nobody watching this trash. Shazam and Flash are better. You need to stay off
Out
of
of
the
your
crack,
damn
bro.
mouth.
Stay off the weed.
Crack. No. I'm on weed, Danny. And I ain't saying that. He's on crack. Mr. Knight is in the house. What up, Knight? Shout out your channel and give us your overalls, please.
Real Review 3000, Chaos Central, of course, and OnStar YT. No show tonight. Tomorrow we will have the Rule of Three. And my overalls for this episode is they're wrapping things up nicely and progressing it forward nicely. That's what I'll say about it so far.
JG, you're next.
Oh man, what can I say? As a DC fan, this show has really got me invested in the MCU. I have to say it. This is probably my favorite episode. It's a great example of doing more with less. Because it was so little time, they did so much with it. I was happy about it, really happy about it. Nick Fury's back. Like
Do not send
predicted he would
Nerd
be.
Man a link. Do not send him a link. I'm sorry, JJ.
Oh, you're good, very good. We got to see Nick Fury back like we predicted he would be. Put on the coat, put on the eye patch. He's ready to go. No Gravik. He kept calling out Nick Fury. You want him? Now you got him. Let's go.
I got you. And Warren, don't fuck this up. What do you think? overall?
Overall, the episode was pretty good for the most part. It was a bit too cliffhangery for me. I know that might not be a word, but that's kind of. I think that they should have added a little piece.
Warren,
Tell him,
explain to me, how can something be over cliffhangery? I've never heard of that phrase before ever in my life. How can it be too cliffhangery? I
Because
don't understand.
I wanted to see, like, I know we're gonna get the Gravik versus Nick Fury face off, but I wanted them to be like already seeing each other. But that's just a nitpick. That's not like really anything too bad. Like I wanted to like kind of have like a face off. Like, oh, I see you, I'm here. It's not like, oh, I'm coming now, walk through the door. That's just a nitpick. It's not nothing bad.
It's definitely a nitpick.
The dialogue was probably some of the best. There were stakes because we were all thinking that Talos was going to be back, and he's not back. So that's good to see that there's stakes.
I don't like that.
Maria Hill is still a question mark for me because we haven't seen her body. And I'm always the one. If I don't see a body, then whatever.
I mean, we don't know who's that phone call. You don't know if he was talking to Gravik or who he was talking. Hey, the plan's in motion. Let's go. It could have been Maria Hill to begin. I mean, we can find it in episode 6.
So, Warren, in your mind, Killmonger still could be alive, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We saw him die.
You said we don't see the body. No, we just saw him. We saw him collapse.
Well, we can have variants. The Secret Wars coming, so Anyway, continuing. The question mark for me was the whole. I remember it from Avengers. Nick Fury always had a backup plan, and he still had it because remember he was gonna let loose that the council had like a backup plan, and he didn't want to use it. And this harvest makes me think what other backup plans he has. So because that nobody, I'm sure nobody was thinking that someone would scoop up blood after every fight and everything. So this was good, but now I have more questions now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's it.
So you said something. I was gonna say something.
I think you better go get that cat. That's what you better do.
What cat? What are you talking about?
Flirking.
There you go.
That's how Nick Fury lost his eye with that cat. He better go get that cat when he go to grab it.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because we see in the Marvels trailer, he's petting the cat. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is before Secret Invasion, right? The Marvels.
I don't know,
because he looks younger,
and he's in space too, right? So it probably is before.
Is
it?
Is it after?
Yeah.
Well, he definitely got his mojo back then. That's kind of killing this vibe on this show. Have you seen that already?
Well, I think it's because. Well, I guess we figured he'd get his mojo back or something like that. You know what I mean? By the end of the series, right? And it's always like close to the last episode where he puts it on. Daredevil got his suit in the last episode. So right at the last episode, we're gonna get the finally real Nick Fury. So it's gonna be interesting. Warren, give us your good.
Man.
Our good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep it slow though. You know what I mean? Keep it short.
Yeah. The good. Dialogue, Gravik unraveling, the Skrulls seeing Gravik unraveling, Nick Fury continuing his backup plans, even though we don't, staying. The build up, that's basically it.
Mm-hmm. Said, it's after because he got the eye patch. Back in the Marvels, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Knight is back. All right, Chris. So sorry. Go Byron.
Mute again.
Oh, good.
Chat.
I gotta say all of it. I mean, this is really, really good. As you said, all the conversations, every single individual one was really cool. Now we're seeing Gravik having problems with the rest of the Skrulls, though he's supposed to be the leader, and then they're turning on them. His idea with the president, it just seems like a problem because it's not going to work out. I think Nick Fury planned out this whole thing because remember, Nick Fury said, I have these tombs all over the place. So I have things all over the place that it looks like what people want. So depending on where I am, I can just go get this. He's planned all this stuff out. He has contingency plans upon contingency plan. I really believe Nick Fury figured this all out. Gravik's going to get what he thinks he wants and realize it's not what he really thought it was. It might actually be something that destroys him. So that's going to kill Super Skrulls.
So you think that thing is a poison?
Some type of poison for Skrulls. Like he already planned that out, and he's like, I have this as my. It was like shaped like a bullet. It's like my magical bullet, and he's going to come in and in all this whole problem, no problems. Like
wow.
He seems like he's really planned this out.
That'd be a big curve. I didn't see all that, but you might be
but
right.
You know what? That kind of makes sense, right? Because if he wants to harvest, which is all the Avengers' blood, there's no way that one little vial has everybody's blood in it. You know what I mean?
And then I think about the girl from the MI6 lady, Falsworth, whatever, and she had that thing that she injected them with, and it made their blood boil. And what if they have something on that kind of level that's going to be for Super Skrulls, that's going to make it even much worse. And he's already planned this stuff out because he already knows about it. He's married to a Skrull. He knows everything about Skrulls. Maybe Nick Fury knows
through all this? What's the purpose of going through all this if he got something that eliminate them? Like this, because
he's not trying to eliminate all of them. He just want to eliminate Gravik. So he needs to have Gravik ask for him for it. He already knew Gravik was going to get to that point when he's going to ask for it because that's what he's looking for. So he had to play the game to get to that point. I don't think he meant to have all his loss, but he knew at the end he's going to ask for this, and I'm going to have this, and I'm going to give it to him, and he's going to die from it. Because Nick Fury cannot.
So based on what you're saying, you think that he knew there was 1 million Skrulls already on Earth?
No, I think he knew there was enough. That he's been lied to about stuff. But I know that he also knows that he can't go face to face with Gravik because what does he say? The only thing I have is my mind, what my single mother put between my 2 ears. All I have is this. So I have to outthink everyone. I don't have superpowers. And I care about this place, so I need to have a plan. I feel like he's had this plan, and we're going to start seeing it in the next episode.
I think it's more than just that.
Go ahead, Chris.
I think... Oh, go ahead.
Did you just say they made what's his name? Samuel L. Jackson? They made him have a single mother in the series.
He said literally,
that's what he
my
said.
only power is that I was raised by a single mother. And the only thing she provided me was the brain I have between my
guys. I think we're missing a point here.
Mother, all of a sudden. Did he
I think
that he was raised by a single mother.
Well, we don't think we ever got that information. Yeah, but
I was curious about that. That's an interesting decision. But I will say hello, everyone.
Chris, go ahead, because you're doing some laundry over there or something.
No.
What's going on?
What, laundry? Yeah. No, laundry's gone. Yeah. So I was like, what? Oh yeah, I'm up here with it. So. He doesn't. Here's the thing that I noticed about this. I don't disagree with what Byron's saying. All this stuff being pre-planned, like I've said the whole time. But he's showing her where this vial was. He doesn't do that. If he had that vial and he was planning on doing this, he wouldn't have gone to somebody else to do it. He would have said, I'm going to go. I'm going to get it. I'm going to do it. So there's something else going on here. He is letting her see something that obviously is so secretive. I think he thinks she's still in on it or something. There's something about it that he's trying to show her. And maybe it is, like Byron said, that boil, the stuff that boils her blood or whatever. Maybe there's something like that going on. Maybe that's what he intends. I need that. We're going to put it in this. We're going to do this. I don't necessarily believe that that's necessarily the real one, but by having her there, and him making it look like it's the real one. Again, I see this as, everything you see in the movies, it's off screen. You don't actually see him making these plans or implementing the stuff. It's always after the fact when they walk in and he's half dead. He's like, you didn't think I was going to let this go this way, did you? You didn't think I wasn't prepared for this or whatever. We're seeing the workings of these plans for movies that we've never seen step by step. This is just a step of the plan, and it's designed to look like, oh my God, he's going to give it to Gravik. There's something else going on. And her being there made me, it was like off-handedly. And even her, the way she reacts when he says, it's cold in Norway. And then she stops and she looks at him and goes like, wait a minute, are you telling me that thing's right here? And he doesn't let people know this stuff for no reason. There's a reason why he didn't go by himself. Something else is going on here. And I think foreshadowing of that is the fact that he walked right into the crypt right afterwards, and he put the eye patch on. He grabbed the gun and he grabbed the leather trench coat. That's him going like, now I gotta play Nick Fury. Now I'm gonna be Nick Fury again.
It makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
So-
now it's time to show my plan.
Nerdman, shout out your channel. Give us your overalls and likes of this episode.
Comic chat, you don't have to look like that. Like when I come on, like
Yes, I do. I know.
We all do. We all do.
I gotta be off a certain time. I know you're gonna extend this longer than it has to humanly possibly
I'm
be.
not. I'm leaving.
Yeah, I gotta be off quick too.
I'm leaving your MCU support group quite soon, actually. But I just wanted to come on here and help you review the best comic book show on television at the moment, My Adventures with
Mute your
Superman.
mic, please, Chris.
So
I'll get it. There you go. Go ahead.
So yeah, I wanted to help you, as I said, review the best television, like comic book television show on right now, My Adventures with Superman, which is a fantastic show. I'm glad to hear everyone loves it so much on this panel. You've had
Really?
Why are you
What?
trolling?
This is what we got to do. Goodbye, Nerdman.
I told you not to
I
send this
agree.
guy
The
the
whole
link.
time.
You are absolutely correct. Let's get to where we need to get. Cole, give
All
us your. Yeah, go ahead, Nerdman.
Guys.
Did you watch this episode?
No, I've never watched any of these.
What the hell are you doing on? Get out of here.
guys.
Told you. I told you.
But Nerdman, you should watch it.
Mhm.
It's really good. Now, get out of here.
I don't know about that. But anyway, peace, guys.
Please.
Later.
Cool. Let's hear what you have to say. Give us your opening thoughts of this episode and what you liked.
Yeah, okay, no, so sorry for showing up late, got the times mixed up. But I haven't been the biggest fan of the show overall so far, but this episode I enjoyed quite a lot. I thought the writing was actually really good, and like the way they did the characters and like not trusting each other, I really enjoyed that. I thought the acting was splendid, and I really enjoyed the action stuff and the violence in it, and the way it was filmed and shot in a lot of scenes. And I think what it was like leading to for the next episode was really exciting. So this is probably one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. JG?
Yo. Well, after wasting 10 minutes of my life with Nerdman's BS, let's love you, Nerdman. Love you, brother. Like Brian said, it wasn't too much. I mean, I loved everything. There's one little nitpick I have about it, but I hate to sound like a broken record, but the one-on-one dialogues, man, this is probably the best MCU show that's had great dialogue beginning to end. I know I said last stream that I believe that Gravik would kind of ego get the best of him. He'll fall on his own sword. I think we're heading in that direction. He was a man of the people, right? Skrulls. He was, hey, you're my brother in arms. Now he's become a dictator of some sorts.
Mhm.
So, the one guy we thought would turn on him, he didn't kind of turn on, but he questioned his leadership. What's the first thing Gravik did? Got rid of him.
Guess
Kill
what?
him. And we kind of thought that Talos would be the reason why people turned against him, but when he died, nobody cared. It's like, hey, you killed Talos, good. But you had Nick Fury in your sights, you didn't kill him. What is wrong with you? Right? And he questioned everything Gravik was doing. Like, everywhere you said the harvest was, it wasn't there. Like, what are we like? So we seen people turn on him, but it's not because of Talos, which surprised me. That really did surprise me. What else?
Nerdman love this because Gravik is a lot like Zod to me.
Yeah, Gravik is fucking. I hate that. Somebody kill that dude, please. Get him out of here.
Byron, wasn't it you last week that called that the Skrulls were gonna like question
Turn on.
his?
Yeah, you did.
I said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it too.
Yeah,
Taking the credit, boys. Taking that credit. I said it. No, I said it.
Yes, Warren. My bad. You did say it too. Go ahead, JG.
I'm reading that comment. What else? Priscilla and Gaia back to back, taking care of business. Beautiful, loved it. That folk fight choreography was excellent for a TV show. Excellent. Again, the end, Nick Fury putting on the eye mask, putting on the coat, putting on the little cap. Hey, time to get to work.
Facts. Tank.
Yeah, right off the bat, like what JG said, like the dialogue is so good, and throughout the whole series so far, the dialogue has just been the best that we've seen. Probably some of the best in the MCU in general. Yeah, because usually it tries to be too corny at times or a little goofy. Like this one's like, oh, this is a serious, and we're talking serious, and I thought it was good. But this one like really took it up another notch. But my whole thing with the ending was just, I thought it wasn't too cliffhangery for me. There was a cliffhanger for sure, but I thought for me it was a good cliffhanger where I'm like, oh, we're getting ready to really get into the trenches. Yeah, like something crazy is gonna happen next, and I don't know what fully it's gonna be. If it's gonna be like everybody versus Gravik, or if it's gonna be Nick Fury versus Gravik. But just the way he was at the end, especially after watching it again for a second time, like, who was it? For when you guys said that they think Olivia Colman's character might be a Skrull. Because like why it might be, I think it was Chris did that, yeah, it's like, why is he showing her this? Why is he doing that stuff? And I'm like, I
don't know if he thinks, I mean, that could be a possibility. I just know there's a reason that she's there, and I don't think it's because she's the only one so far that has looked like she's not a part or she's not a Skrull. She's been the most straight-laced character other than Nick Fury in all this, and there's got to be a reason why, and I wouldn't rule out a twist, but there is a reason why he took her there.
Yeah.
It is either for confirmation, it is because he thinks she's in on it, it is there's something there that she's there, because if there was no need for her to be there, she wouldn't have been.
What if he's looking for someone to help him, an ally, because you don't have the United States anymore on his back. So he needs England or Great Britain to be behind him. He needs something that she's done, because his face is everywhere. So no matter where he goes, he can no longer just drive around the street and just be Nick Fury. He might need that face that gets him through the door.
Yes, I think that's part of it, possibly. The other part is something you brought up, that blood boil stuff that she had. Notice she was locked in a cooler or wherever she was with him. Nobody else saw her administer that. He was dead before he really ever said anything, because he wasn't going to say anything to Gravik about it, because he didn't want him to know that had been given to him, because that would have let Gravik know for sure that he had done something. So there could be a chance that nobody knows they have that, but Nick Fury does, and that's why he showed her. It's like, listen, I got this. We give it to him, but you put your little stuff in there. Now what goes on?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a reason why.
That's cool.
She was there. It's not just because she's getting paid so much to be in the series or anything. It's because that character at that moment, and again, this goes back to Nick Fury's planning. I think this even more poignantly shows that he's still Nick Fury, because there's no other reason for her to be there other than there is a reason for her to be there. What that reason is, we don't know yet. That's all. I mean, I don't know what it is yet, but we're going to see it. And I love that they didn't just flat out tell us why. But if you know how this game is played, you know that I watched that whole scene, and when he started pulling that out, I'm like taking that vial out, I'm like, why is she there? What is her purpose in this moment right here? Sorry, I'll stop now.
He gave her a lot of information. He's like, oh, I got a bunch of these grave sites throughout the world and this and that, and so I was like, So, but yeah, like she was there for a reason. I part of it was like, is he testing her out? Like, what side are you on? And her not knowing about Rhodey was kind of a thing, because like she's known everything before Nick so far, except for that. So I was like, okay, and then You know, she's like, oh, it's just been right here, and then she's like, oh, it's cold and this and that, and like these little breadcrumbs. I'm like, is she a Skrull, or at the very least, is she working with the Skrulls? Because I wouldn't mind seeing like that a human, like one of the human governments decide to team up with Gravik. Like, yeah, you can kill all the humans, just leave us alone, let us live in our little corner, you know, and do whatever, you know. So I can see somebody doing that, and it could be her because she's pretty cold-blooded. But I don't know. She's the wild card that I'm really not sure what's going on.
She reminds me of the person who plays it fast and loose, and when she sees who has the advantage, she jumps on that side. And that's kind of why I think Fury, because Fury plays the same game. But I think that's what this is I wouldn't be surprised at the end of this. This has been a chess game between her and Fury the whole time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Warren,
I'm sorry.
You like?
Oh,
yeah, what did you like?
Oh, I like the savagery and the Gravik losing his composure, because he's supposed to, you know, a good villain never like really breaks, like, you know, until he feels overwhelmed. So I think he's being overwhelmed, and to see him turn on his own people was good. That's what I thought was good. The choreography in the house was better than I thought it was. It wasn't like, you know, something out of the CW. It was actually an MCU sort of scene, like, you know.
That CW, boy.
You know, like I said, this show is really, really good. It's not the best show, but it's definitely better in quality and writing. No one can say like comics have said, oh, the writing's bad, because I haven't heard someone said, oh, the writing sucks on Twitter. No, like, nobody has said that. Nobody complained. So that's, the writing is good. But yeah, the only other thing I liked was, I liked that to find out that there's more secrets that we didn't know that were being done by Nick Fury, even during the first Avengers, after the first Avengers. So that makes me wonder that the MCU clearly has a lot planned. He had this basically contingency plan of, hey, we get this DNA because maybe we might need to make our own types of superheroes.
Can I piggyback on that really quick right there? I think we've talked about the last couple phases being kind of lackluster and kind of lacking direction in some sense. I think Loki's the first one that gave it direction. I think Ant-Man helped that because Kang is in it. But I think they're using this series to wrap in the Infinity War stuff into this. So what you're going to show is that they did take this blood. We didn't know about that. This whole plan was new. But I think what they're trying to do with this, I'm not saying it was after the fact, but it kind of seems like maybe after the fact, they're using this to kind of pull in the old phases and say, look, here we are, and it still has something to do with this phase or these phases. So it kind of pulls those people who have left, and I'm not saying it's going to succeed in this, but it's kind of pulling away, kind of like what Star Wars is doing when they bring Luke back and stuff. It's like, no, this is still attached to your beloved, you know, Star Wars, that type of stuff. And I'm not saying that, you know, Disney does a great job of this, but this series, if that is what they're trying to do, is say, look, it still does have something to do with Infinity Wars. It still does have to do with the older heroes. This still is relevant in this phase or in these phases. They're doing a good job of this to do that.
Oh, and also this actually makes me. The last thing I had to say was, like I said, I the stakes keeping Talos dead is stakes, because normally like, oh, the person's back, so that's really good. The only thing I really want to end off is that this makes me actually want to see the Armor Wars more now with Rhodey, because if he's been away, and you know, people grabbing Tony, I know this is sidetracking, but people grabbing Tony Tech, and he's been a Skrull this entire time since, I would say, it has to be Civil War has had happened. This makes me wonder how big of an impact Armor Wars for that movie is going to be when it releases. So that's something that makes me kind of hopeful for that movie now.
Absolutely. And Dandelion said the dungeon sounds extra dungeony at Chris lately. Well, we know why that is.
Of course you do.
That was get your ass down there if you want to do what you need to do. You
No,
shit up here.
I'm upstairs. My laundry's upstairs in my kitchen, or next to my kitchen. I'm up where I've been. I know. Anyways,
give us your positives, Chris.
So the positives are very much a lot of what I've already said, is that the structure throughout this series is built on one thing after another, and they're only showing us things at a moment where it makes. Okay, so you have a question from the last episode, and now we get the answer. Is Talos dead? Yes. Okay, now we know. More than likely, 99.9% chance it is done. He's dead. So we got that answer. Now the next answer is well, what do we never knew about this program. Now we see this and we get an answer, but we now have a question. Okay, what's Nick going to do with this? Why is she there? Why is this? I love that what they're doing, unlike other series, where they give us a bunch of stuff and then there's a bunch of questions they have to wrap up in the last episode. This one literally is, here's your question, or we're going to make you ask this question, we're going to show you the answer. We're going to make you ask a question, we're going to show you an answer. We're going to make you ask a question, we're going to show you the answer. Are they going to introduce the Super Skrulls? Yes, we're going to introduce the Super Skrulls. Here, look at what happened. She's dead. But wait, did she maybe do that? We show the answer. Yes, she did do that beforehand. That's why she's still alive. I know you did. You did. But I think I love the structure of how they're doing this. They're not getting too far ahead of themselves. Dialogue's right on point. All of that. And I love at the end of this that they wrapped it up with him, the silhouette walking out of the doorway as the Nick Fury we know. So those are really quick and easy. The ones that just made this episode awesome.
Absolutely. I'm gonna let Warren go with his bad and then his grade for this one because he has to bounce. So Warren, give us your bad, your grade, predictions, and all that.
Like I said, the bad was just the nitpick, really. That's the bad. The ending, I kind of wanted to be a little bit more dramatic, but that's just me being picky. Overall, I thought the episode was very good. My predictions is that we will see what happened to Rhodey, right? Or get some sort of flashback in relation to that, because I'm sure that's a question mark for everybody. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And your grade for this episode?
Oh, I'll give it a solid A-.
Okay, good job. I like that. Mike said, everyone jumping Gravik came out of nowhere. I don't think it came out of nowhere. I think they planted seeds in a couple of episodes where, one of the guys was like, oh, Gravik, he doesn't really know anything because we're looking here and there and nothing is there. So I think they were kind of building up to something. And then when the fact that he didn't kill Nick Fury was what blew them over the edge with that, But Danny, let's get your likes.
I like I think someone else on the panel said, I'm not sure who it was, the one-on-one dialogue between different characters is excellent, especially the one with Talos' daughter and Nick Fury's wife. I love that conversation. I love Nick Fury, and like I believe Brian said, Rhodey is really making me sick, man. When a beloved character, when he's on the screen, I can feel my blood pressure elevate. So I mean, he's killing it. He's doing a good job. So he should get some kind of recognition for his performance in this, because he is killing the villain in this particular series. I'm going to go a step further, a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. What Chris was first saying. How about if Gravik is that British lady, and then he got Gravik, like one of the Skrulls, acting like him? That's what I'm thinking, that we possibly see that he's been Gravik has been that female the whole time, because one, How would he know about what makes the blood boil? Then he makes sure he got the room for anybody else could see him. He's knocking off people and trying to get Nick Fury's trust, earn Nick Fury's trust. Now Nick Fury has taken there, and I think Nick Fury done figured out that you're Gravik, and this other person that acting as Gravik is like your lieutenant or some little flunky. So I'm thinking that might be a possibility that she is actually Gravik, and then she's gonna reveal herself in this last scene. When Chris said that, it made me think, man, maybe Gravik is kind of took a page out of Nick Fury's book, but Nick Fury already figured it out. So that would be interesting.
I wouldn't say that that's not a possibility. That could very well be the possibility.
But I agree with what Warren said. I'm very interested in what time frame did they get Rhodey. Was it Civil War? Was it Infinity War? Was it during the blip? I want to see that. So hopefully they do a flashback showing when that happened.
I agree.
Take care, Warren. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it.
Later, Warren.
I liked everything you guys said. I loved the fight scene with Fury's wife and Talos' daughter. I thought that was great. And Danny's like they were just pulling shit out the bag and shit. I was like, oh yeah, that's fire.
I need one of them bags.
Facts. And they were doing the back-to-back shit. I was like, okay, I really enjoyed that. I enjoy a lot of the dialogue. And man, that chick, the one that's helping Nick Fury, she is a badass, man. When she walked into that room with the doctor and was telling you like, he's like, oh, there's a gun to the back of your head. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, hold on. You know what I mean? And then the guy comes up with the back or something like that. I was like, okay, that's fire. I loved, and I liked the part where Nick Fury was having that little exchange with Rhodey in the hospital. But when we get into the dislikes, there's something that I didn't like about it, but we'll get into that in a second. But I loved all of that stuff. I'll go into the dislikes now and then we'll go through. Okay, so when that chick first bucks up on the dude and she's like, oh, bam, and I think it was her boss, and she shoots him in the leg and is like, oh yeah, he's a Skrull. Nick Fury should have did that to Rhodey. Right? Because at one point, it was just the two of them there, right? So he should have popped him in the leg, bam! And then
he had
his bodyguard with him. He would have killed him.
Yeah, and he's outnumbered, and that's what Rhodey, or the Skrull that's playing as Rhodey, that's what he just did when he had all those guys pull the gun on him. He was flexing, saying, "Listen, you want to do something, but you can't at this moment. Oh, trust me, they're going to get to that." But I think that was really just Nick Fury would have if he could have, but he knew right there. You end everything right then if you do that. Nick Fury's like, I want to win the war, not this battle, and just left it. I think that's really what that was.
But if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there at one point where it was just the two of them alone, right? No. Because when Nick Fury pulls out the gun, that's when a bunch of them coming from around the corner, right?
Yeah, but at that point, there was one guy that always had a gun on Nick Fury. It was just one. It was just one guy, but that was the thing.
I got you. I mean, it's Nick Fury. If they really wanted to, he could have popped him in the leg and did some shit. You know what I mean? Like, used him as cover, right? Grabbed him, used him as cover, popped him in the leg. See, look, he's a Skrull. But then again, we don't know if the other members were Skrulls too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Because he was saying things. So he was saying, well, shut your Skrull ass up. Like, he was saying things that loud. So they knew they had to know that he was a Skrull.
Yeah. But other than that, I really didn't have any dislikes for this episode. I think it's really great. And I think that the final episode, I hope they knock it out the park. Because for me, some of the final episodes in the Marvel shows were like, meh, they're okay, whatever. Yeah, exactly. So I'm really hoping they knock it out the park.
WandaVision.
Loki. No, actually,
what?
No.
Loki was. I like Loki.
I won't even believe in that because his man crush is on there, so I know that.
Loki's had knocked it out the park. I'll say the last half of the last episode. Once Jonathan Majors comes in, it knocks it out the park. Right there. Danny, what did you not like in this episode?
Oh my god. I did not like how short it was. It's like 32 minutes. Like, come on now. Give us a little bit more time than that. But I'm coming out with you now. It's like he had ample opportunity to expose Rhodey because we whispered to the president, "Don't trust Colonel Rhodes," and then he stood guard on the door. Then he's kind of like just left that like, okay, you did all that to stand guard. Why? That was such a dramatic point that he got the chair, sit down, had his gun. Then when faced with opposition, he left from there. So.
Yeah, okay, I don't remember if it was Byron or who it was that said earlier who all is going to be Skrulls. Maybe, and I know the guy got kind of beat up and stuff, but I don't know if he actually got shot or whatever. But what if the president is a Skrull and Rhodey knows it? And so, I mean, he's going to play it straight as he can. So, I don't know, maybe just throw that out.
If there were Skrulls, they wouldn't have that back and forth that happened. Because he's like, wow, he wouldn't confront Rhodey about being drunk, having alcohol in his breath. Make sure Colonel Rhodes rides by himself or gets coffee before we get. If he was a Skrull,
you're probably right.
I don't think he would have said all that.
Yeah, plus the blood never changed color. Like when Sonya shot the guy in the leg, a couple of sets it turned, changed color. President's still blood red the whole time, so he can't be a Skrull.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, just the time, and I'm agreeing with what Anzo said. I think that maybe not in that particular point. I remember that one. I seem like I remember what Anzo remembered that there was one point where there was just the two of them. Sunky would have done something, but I guess maybe it wasn't. I have to go back and watch it a second time. But other than that, those are just my two gripes.
Absolutely. Chris, did you have any? Okay, I'll skip. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm here. I just had to hit mute. No, not really. I mean, some of that stuff that, some of it, yeah, I can see the gripe about it. But I don't think that him leaving the president there, I think he did as much as he could. He told the president he's a Skrull, don't trust him. We don't know. He might not trust him. We don't know that they're going to actually attack that. It's being talked about. And for all we know, what you think about it this way, the Skrull that's playing Rhodey could end up coming out looking like the president and going on and trying to do the strike themselves. So that's kind of that didn't bother me. And like I said, nothing bothered me in this episode. The only thing that seemed off-putting, and in a good way, was at the end when she's sitting there with him and he pulls that vial. That was an off-putting feeling, but in a good way. That is a why. What's going on here? And I love that this series is pulling that. And I'm hoping, I liked Loki for the most part, and I'm hoping that they implement more of what they're doing in this episode or this series into the next Loki. Because if they can add these elements into Loki, it'll be a lot better. Yeah, and I mean not necessarily the very espionage-ish, spy-ish thing, but I love Tom Hiddleston's comedic abilities, but I want to feel like there's things going on that we don't know about that they can have us that like I said, that here's your question. We're going to make you ask this question. Then in the next episode, we will answer this question for you and we will give you another. That's how you keep people interested, because you keep moving forward. That's the best thing about this whole series is it's from the very beginning. It's moving forward. What's going on? Why is this happening? Okay, we know why this is happening, but now we know about this. Why is that happening? Or why is this going to happen? Or why did this person die? Or why does this person shot? It's great stuff. So I really have nothing in this episode. And then, did you want grades now, or you want to wait?
If you gotta go, you can give your grades. If not,
no, I can wait a second.
Mike said, "Did y'all see who played Skrull Rhodey? She's fire." We all said it was a girl. I didn't see who's playing it though, but yeah, I'll definitely have to look that up. JG, any dislikes in this episode?
I mean, there really isn't any dislikes. I think this show was so well done. If anything, it's just nitpicks, right? So for me, it's Gaia is my nitpick. When she has this whole conversation with Fury, saying, "I want to bury my father," and all of a sudden it skips to the father's in a van somewhere next to him. I'm like, okay, I think they could have spent 2 or 3 extra minutes of her infiltrating, getting the body.
Well, I think Nick Fury already had the body. No, it was.
How did he get the body? Because he left with the president.
Oh,
so when did he go back?
Yeah.
So that little thing is a little nitpick for me. Other than that, man, there really isn't anything. No, I didn't see anything else bad about it. I wish it was longer, but the shortness of it and how good it was made me anticipate the last episode even more. So I guess I can't say that's a negative.
Absolutely. Tank?
Yeah. Yeah, same thing with JG said. I did not like they're like, oh, hey, we got the body. I was like, how? Like, you know, like you just had to convince everybody, you know, like, hey, don't shoot him. Like, he's on our side, and, you know, and still kind of like, all right. But like I say, yeah, there wasn't like anything that bothered me, but it kind of made me stop and think for a second. And another part was when was it Gaia and Nick Fury like meet, you know, early in the episode, you know, and they really don't talk about anything. You know, he's about to say sorry and blah, 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 and kind of give the whole spiel about, like, you know, dying for the cause. And she's like, stop. And then that was it. And then it was like, he got a phone call. He's like, all right, I got to take off. You know, and it was just like, you guys ain't gonna talk about this? You know, it was like, she's almost like your niece almost, you know, like your best friend just, you know, died. You know, like you guys aren't gonna talk about this, like, even for a minute. So I don't know. I just felt that a little weird. I mean, it did leave off on a good thing where she said, she goes, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna put on a good face. You know, when he's like, don't get in trouble, he's like that. So it was like, I think that whole scene was just that, setting that up, because I think she's gonna turn into Maria Hill, because it's much easier to pay Kobe Smulders than it is to play Emilia Clarke on a big check, you know. So you know, but I mean, that's kind of a whole nother thing. But yeah, the whole conversation I thought was too quick and nothing really happened. I was like, why'd you even see her then if you're not going to talk about it? So yeah, besides that those are the two nitpicks that I kind of had. But yeah,
Mike, please tell me you're not going to see that Barbie movie. Byron, go
join
ahead.
us. Join us.
It's cinema.
Go ahead, Byron. Did you have any negatives?
Yeah, I have one negative. My negative is everyone hating on this damn show.
What's the point?
You know, I don't understand. Everyone is boring. It's like, it's not boring.
No.
I hate Andor, so just know I think Andor is boring. This stuff is actually happening. Like every episode, there's stuff, there's fights, things matter. I don't understand why everyone's hating on this damn show. Like, you know, Secret Invasion is. I think people are just like hating so much that they just used to. They're like, oh, if something else came out, I gotta hate on it. Like, come on, bro, this is good.
One thing I would say, they should not have named it Secret Invasion. They should have called this like the Nick Fury show or something, because it's all about Nick Fury, and save Secret Invasion for later. Because I think that's why a lot of people are getting mad. Like, this isn't Secret Invasion. I was like,
nah, I think people are just
that too.
You know, I agree with you, because Terrence talks about that, right? Like, that's not Secret Invasion from the comic. But I always say, what movie is like the comic? Like, if you go look at every single Marvel movie, like, they're not like the comic book. So, you know, you just hating on this show. I agree with you 100%. I don't understand the hate at all, right? And, you know, one of the peak things that a lot of people hate on the MCU is that, like, humor after a serious moment. There was none of that in this series, right? But yet you want to hate on it, like,
because this movie is making them like, damn, I was wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. Is that just like and I'm not throwing any shade at Warren, but he loves saying CW. Last time I checked, Superman and Lois is pretty much fire.
Facts.
So that's a CW product. Yeah. And just like Nerdman, I pick at Nerdman. I got a lot of respect for him. But the first thing he said, nobody watching this trash. He ain't watched the first episode from his own mouth, but calling it trash.
You know what I mean?
How can you do that?
Facts, 100%. I agree with you. Go ahead, Byron. Are you finished? Or?
Yeah, no, it just I see on the internet all these things, these comments, and everyone's saying it's boring, and these new big outlets are all saying how terrible things are, and it's like, it's not terrible. It's just that you're not given the opportunity, or you're not putting yourself in the right mind frame to enjoy something. You know, and it's not boring. Like, it's not, stuff is actually happening all the time. People are dying all the time. You know, unless you hate that people are dying because you want it to be just, you know, rainbows and unicorns all the time, I don't understand why you hate it on the show so much. So that's my biggest thing. My biggest hate is everybody else not liking it. Doesn't make any sense to me.
And I agree with you.
I'm saying, Byron, lazy writing. They can't say that. This is not lazy writing on this show.
It's facts. 100%.
Now they'll change it. You watch them tomorrow. Everything was lazy right except. Oh yeah, okay.
It wasn't lazy writing, but it was just boring. Nothing happened in the show.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We didn't see anything. There were no superheroes, but yet they're gonna go watch fucking Dune and say it's a masterpiece. Get out of here!
Whoa.
No Doom slander on here. You don't like Howard Duck?
I like Dune. I like Dune. I can't lie. I do
Howard
like
the Duck
Dune.
is a masterpiece and not say Dune.
I said the original Doom was a masterpiece. The second one, I don't know. I ain't saying
the remake is good.
I ain't saying it's trash.
No, the whole first Dune, this remake of Dune, the whole first one was setting up a story. The second part's going to be the entire story. So Dune, give it a chance. Just give it a chance.
That shit put me to sleep 3 fucking times, and I had insomnia. Okay,
You wouldn't have Star Wars if you didn't have the Dune.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
You wouldn't have Star Wars
a little bit because I thought Sandman was fantastic, but Alonzo hates it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Wonderful. Oh my god.
Comic book and the show.
Yeah.
Sandman was fantastic.
I'll have to watch it because I only watched like the first couple
Bro, it's
episodes.
good, man. It starts off a little slow, like you said.
No, it really does. The first 3, I was like, I don't know about this.
But boy, when it picks up, it picks
It's
up.
like 6. I'm like,
It
yeah,
does
this is
pick up.
it.
Cole, what are your negatives on this episode?
I mean, well, the writing I would say is good throughout the whole show. There is just one small thing I've had a kind of an issue with, and I do think it kind of sticks out here too, which is it's hard to explain, but there's like these cheesy attempts, in my opinion, at like cool lines and like the writing and with the actors that I think sort of give off like the same vibes as those bad attempts in like The Dark Knight and like some bad Guy Ritchie films that I think kind of fail and I think kind of like worsen the scenes. And outside of that, there are some small nitpicks, I guess, and some technical gripes I think could have been done better, but I would say is more of an issue for me in the other episodes, which is the main reason for me why I haven't been enjoying it as much. Like I do think this is overhated, this show. I do think it's overall really enjoyable, but I don't think it's too great either. I think the cast is fantastic in the writing, but I think there's issues in other places. But anyway, outside of that, though, I don't really have any issues with this episode, and I want to see also want to see more projects. Let actors such as Olivia Colman in this episode do this stuff, as I kind of think like it feels like a lot less restrained and held back in comparison to the majority of their other projects in the past.
I got a hot take before we get to the bad. I got a hot take. I hate that I have to say this, but sometimes Samuel Jackson's, the way he delivers some of his lines kind of give me Phantom Menace vibes. You know what I mean? Like he's like, "What do you mean you didn't know there were? What do you mean there's a million Skrulls on?" Like it's just the way he does it. I'm just like, I'm sure.
Yeah, but he didn't show no emotion as Mace Windu. I don't get that comparison.
No, not the emotion, but the way he delivers some of his lines, right?
Yeah, cadence. Yeah,
I thought a lot of that Shaft.
Like, I always think of him. I see him as Jules. Every time I see him,
Jules,
he's Jules. No matter what, I'm waiting for him to say motherfucker or something like that all the time. Like,
oh, we gotta get a motherfucker at the end of this episode. You know what I mean?
It's gonna get cut off right at the end, but
it's gonna be like motherfucker.
We might
mother.
We might not because we had the first F-bomb in.
Guardians.
You know what I mean? The Guardians, we had an F-bomb there, so it would be perfect for this to end with "I got you, motherfucker."
All these motherfucking Skrulls on this
tired of
motherfucking
all these
planet.
Skrulls.
Yep. Exactly.
Danny boy, let's get into your grades and predictions.
Oh, definitely an A, and I'm going to piggyback, go down that rabbit hole with Chris said. And I think that maybe that MI6 lady may be a Skrull. I'm not saying she'd grab it, but it'd be cool if she was. But I think she's a Skrull.
And you know what's good with that, though, Danny? Because it would show that even from the beginning, Samuel Jackson knew shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then it would prove to us like he may have been a little bit rusty, but he was still one step ahead of everybody. I hope they do something like that. If he up in space, man, you know he got that stuff. He can be check out people and stuff, and then he still got that network. Because didn't they say in one of these episodes that why didn't you call your friends down from the space station?
So why does he call them down? Because if he got people on the ground, he got people up there, and they're probably monitoring certain situations. So yeah, I think Samuel Jackson knew. He figured this out, or he had this contingency plan, kind of like how Batman always have a contingency plan. I think Nick Fury is in that same wheelhouse as well.
Chris Knight, never go full man. Phantom Menace facts.
Um,
Hold on, before you go, Chris, just let's be real, Mike. Phantom Menace is an amazing movie. Go ahead, Chris.
It's an all right movie.
It was a movie.
It was a movie.
Again, it destroyed the fabric of what the Force was, and it can be blamed. It can be blamed for everything that Disney did to it. And that's exactly how I always say. I'm not saying I don't like the movie. I do. I love that whole prequel trilogy. It's just, if you really want to blame somebody, you blame George Lucas for why Disney was able to do what they did. Anyways, I will go with what Danny said really quick and say that I'll add a little more of an option that the British lady could be a Skrull, but she could be a third faction of Skrulls. I've always said, we're only seeing two parts of this right now. There could always be the ones that say, we just want to stay out of it, so we're trying to make this not happen. We're fine waiting in the shadows right now, waiting to see what you'll do. We have faith in you, but we're not going to take a hard line on either side, because God forbid Gravik wins. And again, I said moment and opportunity. If Gravik were to win, which we pretty much know is not the point of this, if Gravik were to win, then that faction of Skrulls would then go and say, okay, well, we've got to fall in line, or we've got to help Fury write this. Anyways, I give this an A. This is the A. It's been A- for a while. This is A because it's always a wait and see with these series, and this one just hasn't failed yet, in my opinion. And I'm hoping I'm not speaking too soon, but I'm going to give this one an A. I've already pretty much given all my predictions and my thoughts about what this is going to lead to. I do think, I don't know if we're going to see Gravik killed. I don't think you can do that. You might think he's dead at the end of this. They might do something like the blood boil or something, and like whatever all the different things he's added to him are.
I don't think that
perhaps
going to affect him until you get that extremist virus in him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe it'd take longer, because let's get into the X-Men stuff. Wolverine and Logan, he still regenerates a little bit, but it's wearing off. So it could be something where we're like, oh, look, he's dead, and no, he's not. And that will lead into, Secret Wars or something, where he's like, okay, screw y'all, I'm going to do this now. So I don't think we're going to see him die. We might think he's dead, but I don't think we're going to see him die. That's about the only other prediction I would have on this. So,
and let's say this too, because when you watch the Marvels trailer, we see the Kree. So the Kree are still around too. And
exactly.
They're tying this stuff in. We just don't know how they're doing it yet, but it's all gonna get tied in, man. That's gonna be fire to see. Mike said, yes, Mike, I agree with you with the platforming Nerdman stuff, but I will always push the prequels are good. JG, great predictions. All right, Danny.
I don't disagree with that.
Shout out to chat before you go, Danny.
Hey, comment chat on tomorrow, Monday through Friday. I do an encouragement series, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every morning, Monday through Friday. Please check me out. Tomorrow's word will be dependable. So check it out. I appreciate it, Donzo.
Thanks for coming, Danny.
Be on tomorrow night on Chris Show, Rule of 3. Check us out.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
JG, go ahead.
As a DC fan, lifelong DC fan, anytime the MCU does something, I gotta lead off with it. I gotta do it.
So everyone
anytime
knows.
the MCU does something to make me excited and anticipate what's coming next, I gotta give it a grade. So I'm gonna give this an A+. So I really did enjoy it. As far as predictions, I don't think Sony's a Skrull, but it's some way she's able to pinpoint who's a Skrull and who's not. There's some way she's able to do it. We haven't figured that out yet. And if she is a Skrull, I wouldn't be surprised if she's Gaia.
Mm.
She's probably not, but I wouldn't be surprised because she said, I know how to put on a good face. So she's been putting on faces probably behind the scenes. We don't know yet.
Can I add something to that too? That is a very British statement to say, I'll put on a good face. That's not really an American statement. That is a very British statement.
Mm-hmm.
And that now that you say that, that would be really freaking telling. But I mean, yeah, that's a good direction.
Yeah. And she probably isn't, but hey, something to think about. The DNA from the Avengers. I still want to know what the hell they were planning on doing with that DNA. Now, I hope they don't just glance over and say, like, okay, we're going to throw it in there and not even speak about it. No, I need to know what exactly were y'all trying to do with that DNA? Why would the Skrulls help you pick up that DNA? That's really got me right there. What else? I agree that I don't think they should kill. I mean, I think they should kill Gravik. I don't think the showrunner's going to kill him. I think they're going to use him for something else, maybe, or maybe they think he's dead and all of a sudden he pops up out of nowhere, like the usual stuff.
He's too good of a villain for them to kill him, and I hope they don't kill him, man. He's really too good.
Look at these MCU shows. The good villains tend to live. So I don't think they're going to kill him. What else? I saw in the casting Carmen Ejogo is casted. I'm really curious about who she's playing and if she's playing the female Skrull that's playing Rhodey.
Yeah, I think so. It's possible.
I'm really curious about that. So, but other than that, man, I'm just I don't know what's going to happen this next episode because they really have me on the edge of my seat with a lot of stuff. Earlier episodes were kind of predictable at points, but this one I don't predict any of that stuff. So I'm hoping for a really good finale.
What's the time on the finale?
Over 50 minutes.
Over 50 minutes. So
okay.
I'm hoping greatness. I really am. If not, you're going to hear me unleash hell on how bad that episode was.
Yeah, I hope so too. Mike, if I could Phantom Zone you from the chat, I really would. What are you talking about here?
Is he saying the prequels are worse than the sequels?
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, Mike's on crack.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. I mean, either that or he's got like an IV of like freaking angel dust or something going on.
They're definitely not worse than the sequels, but they're trash too.
Yeah, exactly.
Byron, you're up.
All right, so I'm gonna give it an A-, mostly because I think that all episodes should be over 42 minutes, and anything that's under that means you have room to grow. So that's gonna be my downgrade. Like you earned a 98%, but minus 5% because you didn't give me a full 42 minutes. That's kind of what I'm feeling for that. As far as predictions, I think Nick Fury is a man without a country. And the reason he brought Sonya in is because he needs Great Britain to be the ally with the United States, but he needs them to be able to get back up to the space station because it's all part of the United Nations, all stuff. He needs someone to be able to get. He's planning always 3 steps ahead. So it's not because what you think in your face, it's about what you're thinking in the future. And he needs to get back up there. So he knows it's going to be a joint thing. So he's bringing her in. So say, this is my new country. This is what I'm going to work for, because he already knows, he sees what's going on in the United States. And we all know Red Hulk's going to end up being president. Nick Fury ain't going to work for the damn Red Hulk. That's not how it works. So once again, I think he's planning ahead, seeing what could happen, and I need somewhere else to go. So I think that's more what's happening with that. I definitely think that the serum is going to have that Skrull stuff, because why would they give us that in episode 2 if that we're going to use it on Gravik eventually? That has to be the reason. And I think that stuff will either take Gravik's super Skrull powers away, or it will kill Gravik. Gravik will be like main. Like they will they'll declaw him. That's basically what they're doing, and then use him in later episodes. But they're going to declaw him. And I say Gaia is probably going to be the reason. It will never be Nick Fury against Gravik.
Yeah,
Gravik has superpowers, guys. He's not going to go against him. Gravik has killed his mother and her father. All right, she's going to be the one that takes him down.
Fact.
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if she kills him.
I think that she's going to end up being like the lone warrior. She's not going to be a part of either side of this. She's pissed off now because she was trying to help her father. When she had that sit down conversation with her father basically said, well, I think we need to go to the president. We need to bargain. We need to use these chips to bargain with. And she was hoping to hear, no, we're going to take the war to Gravik. She was hoping that's what she was going to hear from him. And when he didn't do that, she walked away and basically said, okay, obviously, I don't want to be on Gravik's side. I can't be on my father's side because I don't believe peace is an option here. I think she's going to be a lone warrior. And now that she has the same kind of powers that he does, I totally agree with that.
I think she's young. A lot of her decision making and her emotions are young decisions. And I think that was the important part about episode 5. You seeing what, Priscilla saying, you have no freaking clue. And that was important in the grand scheme of things. And she's going to realize that I am young. But that's another reason why it's important that Nick Fury is no longer with the United States. He's saying, I am switching things up. I want you to come and be what Talos was for me, except you can focus me because I need to be more in tune with the young ones, young Skrulls. I need you to come with me because now let's go find this planet. Let's go do what we need to be doing. And that's probably the reason why they're out in space in the whole Marvel series. They're looking for stuff like that. They're looking for ways to detect a planet. All of that stuff could be possible. They're finally in contact with Miss Marvel. So this could be wrapping it up and getting us towards the Marvels. And Gaia is now part of this whole thing with Nick Fury. And Nick Fury is once again Nick Fury because he has the Skrull behind him. Nick Fury was never Nick Fury until he has Skrulls. So they're saying now that he has her again, this thing could go forward again.
And Mike said if they ever did Marvel versus DC show, I'd want to see Sonya versus Amanda Waller. That would be fire. That would be kick-ass.
Amanda Waller.
That would be.
I was gonna say Amanda Waller, but Sonya's
kick the shit out of her.
Yeah, she would kick
And Chris, if you hold on, Chris, if you gotta go, shout out your channel real quick.
Yeah, I just want to say this. Whatever they do with DC, I hope Amanda Waller and that actress they're using for her stays.
Viola Davis.
Viola Davis is fire.
Yeah. If as long as because I know that they've kind of hinted that it's not going to be a full reset. I'm hoping that if anything sticks around, she does, and I think she will because James Gunn used her in both of the. She was in both of the.
Peacemaker.
Oh yeah,
and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I think she'll probably be still around. Anyways, guys, I got to run. Real Review 3000, Chaos Central, and Honstar YT doing like Jackbox games and stuff on Sundays. Normally, not tonight, but tomorrow we will be doing some form of the Rule of 3. I don't know. It'll probably be the door thing again, and hopefully we'll get back to the final 5 soon. Won't be this week, but we can definitely talk about probably some of this Marvel stuff and some other things have been going on. So, guys, check it out tomorrow. We'll be here doing that at 9:00 Eastern. So, with that said, guys, I'm out. But thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Glad to be here.
All right, Chris, man.
Absolutely. Thanks.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Tank,
Not a problem.
you're up.
So I'm kind of with Brian. I think Gaia is gonna stick around with
Nick Fury.
But I'm still really thinking I'm like she's gonna just look like
Maria Hill.
One of my favorites. Yeah, because then you don't have to worry about like other people questioning things. Maria Hill can still be around. It's the way how Nick Fury is proven innocent. It's like, look, he killed Maria Hill, and then Maria Hill walks in, and it's Gaia. So it's like it could be a real easy, because you already have people that can look like other people, so might as well take advantage of that. And but then it also it still gives us a Maria Hill, that's the right hand of Nick Fury, but also. It's also the daughter of Nick Fury's other, I guess right hand. I don't know, but his other best friend. So he's like, not only are you going to help me run everything, you're also the daughter of my best friend who he lost everything. You lost everything because of me, and we're going to help make this thing right. So I think she's going to be with him on his side for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're going to take down. Gravik, Brian, I know you're saying with this serum that might kill him. If Nick Fury kills Gravik with something that can kill the Skrulls, I don't think any Skrull will ever be on his side ever again. Because how can you trust them? If it's something that nullifies the powers, then maybe, or maybe he's like, hey, here's Hulk powers. He's like, oh, cool. But there's also something that kills the Hulk in there. So it's like you kind of play that same route, but then there's just a lot thrown in at once. So I really don't know, besides Gaia versus Gravik, how they're gonna kill Gravik, because Gravik is he is cold-blooded, he is a murderer, and that's why Gaia turned on him. But yeah, dude beat off like he knocked off like 5-6 guys that were trying to kill him. Like they were literally choking him out, and he like pushed them all off like Hulk Hogan coming off of the ring. It was like, get off me, throwing elbows on everybody. So yeah, I'm kind of curious with that fight. It's gonna be a pretty cool fight. It's like Super Skrull versus Super Skrull.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, but I would give it a A too. Like I think this is A. This is definitely one of my better ones. I'm hoping the next one's an A plus. Like if the next one is the cherry on top of everything, that is good. But
me too. Here's a question I have for you guys before I get to Cole. What do you think, like the Avengers and stuff, well, the ones that are left and the superheroes are going to think when they find out that Nick Fury has been harvesting their blood? I don't think they're going to like that.
I don't think they're ever going to find out, because I think, once again, this serum is not to harvest the blood, and no one else knows about it besides the people that Nick Fury lets know. So no one's going to know, and like even Gaia doesn't know right now. So like there's no one to tell the story.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, because when it was real quick, it was Nick Fury and then the Collectors, which one of them was Gravik. I'm pretty sure Gravik killed those guys, right? Because no one else could know but him. And then now Sonya, or was Sonya? Yeah. Like they're the only 3 people that know. Yeah. So, one's a good guy, one's a bad guy. We still don't fully know about Sonya. So yeah, that's
and if the Skrulls are back in Nick Fury's pocket, like back in good graces with Nick Fury's back in their good graces, they're not going to tell him either.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Cole, go ahead.
Yeah, just A minus. I'll give it.
All right. Any predictions?
Not really. I don't think there's going to be like anything like huge that we don't really expect, but we'll see. I did have to ask though. I mean, if they were to find out, which like solo film with one of the heroes do you think it would be in, like involving a storyline?
That's a good question. You know what?
Like Spider-Man or something,
or Secret Wars. Secret Wars has the rest of the universes, all the other planets are like being taken out. All the heroes have to be on here, and you find out that let's trust Nick Fury. And it's like, how can I trust him when he has serum, has all of our DNA that he's trying to replicate? Like, make you untrust him. So that's why I'll see.
Yeah. Basil, you made a good point. The harvest is on the Saber space station. That would make sense, right? Instead of keeping it on Earth, it's up there with him, and he has people thinking that it's there on Earth, I'm going to give this episode A minus. I hope the next episode is great. I want to give it an A plus. I don't know where it's going to go right yet. There's so many theories that we've had right now, and I've had a few. We've been right on most of them, but I don't know. And I'm happy for that, right? Because I don't want to be sitting here predicting what's going to happen, and it happens. It's like, oh, you see, I knew they were going to go that route. So I'm kind of excited for the next episode. So yeah, I give it an A minus. And if the next episode knocks it at the park, that'll probably be my A plus. Absolutely, 100%. Hey, Tamika Den, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. So with that being said, guys, we are going to bounce out of here, but not before I let these guys shout out their channels real quick. So Tank, go right ahead.
Yeah, so part of the Spoiler Kings. I mean, we do movies, we do TV shows, comic books every Monday and Thursday. We just hit 1,000, so we're gonna get ready for a nice big fun subscriber giveaway. So make sure you subscribe to the Spoiler Kings, and you can win some good prizes. We get like Funko Pops and a bunch of other stuff. The Funko Pops we already announced, so the other stuff we haven't announced yet. So there's some good stuff that we're gonna do. But we're gonna have there's 4 big movies that came out this past weekend that we are gonna talk about all of them. So, and all so different, completely different movies.
They clone. If y'all haven't seen They Clone Tyrone, y'all need to go watch that.
Go watch it. It's on Netflix. There's no reason.
100%.
Yeah, so yeah, but yeah. So check out Spoiler Kings, and then I'm with Brian. So
and I just ended the poll. Are you going to see or did you see the Barbie movie? And 33% said yes, and 66% said no. Thank you, my chat. You know what I mean? Thank
Wait,
you.
how many
very much.
people?
12 people voted.
12 people? Okay, that's a
Yeah.
decent amount.
Yeah.
Decent amount.
Absolutely.
I wonder how many
argue
are
with that.
lying.
Yeah, they don't want to get you angry.
That's a good question. If you know my chat, they don't care about getting me angry, so they go against me all
That
the
is
time.
true.
Byron, go ahead. Shout out. Because I
Yeah,
know
you
Tank
guys-
just did, but go ahead.
Yeah, we know we 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. What we do all. I tell you, we read comic books. We watch all the movies. We do all the TV shows. I mean, we do TV shows from, as you said, Secret Invasion to Bel Air. We'll do all those things. I do during February. We did Black History Month things. We do a lot of different things. We like to put focus on things that are important. You see on our channel, we still do like a recast T'Challa once again because of the things that we agree with. But we're in chat. We that's part of our show. So we want you guys to jump in and see us because we listen to everybody and all opinions are accepted. Everyone is accepted. We like to listen to everybody because you know what? No one is 100% right. When you have an opinion, that's just what it is, an opinion. So please see us, and we are here Mondays and Thursdays. Was it 9 Central, 10 Eastern? So jump in, join our chat, and we'll see you guys.
And their channel is in the description, so you can go over there and check it out. Congratulations to hitting 1,000 subs, guys. You guys well deserve it because you guys do some really good stuff over there.
Appreciate it.
Cole, where can they find you? Well, I'll just say it on Twitter, pissing people off, but go ahead.
That's always fun. You can also just find me on other streams like this, I guess, usually, but also Letterboxd mainly I use, so yeah, you can check me out on there, I guess.
And he actually liked They Clone Tyrone. I was like, wow, you like this movie, Cole? It's suspect, but I was like, okay.
Yeah, what do you mean? It's almost like it's actually a good film, unlike The Gray Man.
The Gray Man was good. The Gray Man was good. I'm sorry. The Gray Man was good. The Gray Man was good.
The Clone Tyrone was like blaxploitation, cinema,
101.
And I enjoyed that.
Hence why he liked it too. You know what I mean? A hoe, a pimp, and a drug dealer? Oh man, it gets no better than that.
But yeah. It's the government, guys. It's the government.
Yeah. I mean, the guys who did do that Black Dynamite, they're finally coming out with another film this year.
Oh, nice. And I'll say this, John Boyega is an amazing actor. He's so good, man.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people give him shit because of what he did in the sequels, but if you go watch other movies he's in, 100%. Yeah. He was great in The Woman King. Yeah. He was great in this, Oh,
yeah, and watch like Red, White, and Blue. That's another one.
Good in that. He was great in the first movie I seen him in, Attack the Block. That was fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what gave him his fame.
Yeah, absolutely. JG, you're up.
I was too busy looking at Nisha Aliyah, that Girl Comes put up there. Fire.
Really? Is she that hot?
Yeah. You catch me on Wednesday nights on the OOC with the great Onzo, the great Roberto, and the amazing, outstanding, stupendous, always man of the hour, Danny, aka Comic Chat. You can also find me with my brother from another mother, Superwise, talking that geek stuff that I love so much.
Absolutely. And again, I appreciate all of you guys coming in here. You know where to find me. It's Big Afford Entertainment. I will be on we'll be on the Chaos Central channel on Monday night. We'll be talking about, but we will be doing the Rule of Three. Should be a good show. It's been a while since we've done that too, so make sure to check that out. Wednesday night, of course, will be the OOC. I think Tuesday we're going to do the final episode of The Walking Dead, Dead City. And if you're a Walking Dead fan, I hope you guys are watching that because I think it was really good, man. It looks like we will be getting season 2 on that, so that's great. Other than that, we will be seeing you guys on the next one. And yes, Dandelion, I did notice that it was only 99% for some reason. I don't know. YouTube is weird when it comes to their percentages. But
Well, you said it's 12 people, so it's divisible by 3. Whenever you have anything divisible by 3, it's always going to be
Exactly.
third. So you're always going to
Yeah.
be 99.99.
Yep.
So I don't know, little math nerd. So.
Exactly. Well, with that being said, guys, make sure to check us out for the final episode next Sunday. Hopefully, we will have a great show with all A pluses. And know most people saying that it is the best MCU show out there, other than, well, we know Loki and those things ain't really that good. So let's just be real on that one. Loki, WandaVision. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Guys, peace, love, and hair grease. See you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.